We're back for part 2 of the rant here at Racing Rant Park, as those boys from Melbourne call it. Racing Rant Park. Have a look at us, eh?
Yeah,
there it is.
A fair bit of noise around today, so hopefully the mics are doing their job.
Yeah, bit
So, we kick off with Gaza from the Gold Coast. He says, "Hi guys, I'm interested to know what value in lengths, if any, do you put on a horse that lost a plate during the run? I do notice in Stewards reports it pretty much gave no weight to it, but notice that Doomben Kandika won by 3.5 at 10 to 9 on, after running third beaten length and a quarter and losing the plate in its previous run. Anything about losing plate? I mean, you just don't know when they lose the plate."
Well, I read the Stewards report after every meeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes in there.
Yeah, I know, but like they say such and such lost a plate, but where did they lose the plate? Did they lose the plate after they pulled up? Did they lose the plate at the 100th, you know?
Oh, I'd never thought of that.
Yeah. Oftentimes you see a plate go flying through the air.
Often they change the plates of horses behind the barriers, and I get straight on Betfair and lay that horse every single time. I've spoken about that before on the show, because plates are tricky little things. They're put on.
That would imply that losing a plate in the run.
Yeah, imagine if you lost it. If you lost your heel.
Yeah.
You know, if you lost your heel of your shoe, all of a sudden you'd be wonky, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I suppose they've got 3 other legs.
Isn't racing about having ultimate timing, ultimate perfect run, ultimate tempo right, and everything? You don't want to be shaking off a shoe. Yeah. So I'd say there's a lot to it. How many lengths is the question, though? I don't know. I just circled that it lost a shoe last start, and then plenty of times I don't remember.
Look, I don't think you can quantify it. It's just one of those things to be noted when you're saying, "Can I forgive that horse? Yeah, it lost the plate."
Yeah.
Also, name suggestion for your horse: Go Good Glyn. The alliteration. We've got a fan of the show that would be.
It's going to add about 5 lengths. Keepy's going to love that.
GGG. Go Good Glyn.
Regards, GGC, Gaza Gold Coast.
Yeah. What do you mean she's a fit girl? She's just tall.
No, she had muscly legs. Like, she looked like she was.
Oh, he doesn't mean fit, good looking. He means fit, athletic.
Yeah. But I do like that look.
Is it a bit wrong that men notice women and then make comments? She would walk past and just think, "Oh, look at these 3 idiots."
You think they don't? Yeah, she goes, "Look at all those grey, bald, one bald guy and 2 grey-haired guys. Look at them. Who the fucking wants them?"
I dye my hair grey. I want everyone to know it. Right, let's go.
Nev goes, "I don't want to take up more than my share of your mail time," but he's going to. But this one stinks. Bet365 sent me an email inviting a deposit, to which they would match with a bonus. I sent them 200. I had a win this week and tried to get some winnings out. They told me I could take money out, but the bonus amount would be lost. How much bonus would be lost? 188 would be lost out of the 200 they gave. I asked them how it could be 188 when I'd bet over $1,000 since I'd made my deposit. They told me that I needed to bet 1,200 to clear the terms and conditions of the bonus. Otherwise, the bonus amount is forfeited. They tell me I still have to bet $550. How can this be? I said to them. Well, the bets you make have to be qualifying bets, their English employee told me. Qualifying bets do not include any tote bets at all. I do that a lot, as tote's better than fixed, and take quaddies and trifectas. In fixed odds, only the first bet in a race you bet if you bet on more than one horse in a race, which I do. To summarise, for me to receive a bonus bet of $200, I have to turn over 6 times that amount and bet only on fixed odds, 1 horse per race. This crowd is indecent. They pay that actor to spruik what a great company Bet365 is. I heard Glenn say how great they were. Well, they are not.
Well, it's, you know, like, all of that doesn't sound right and not really fair. They are a great company, because what I mean is, like,
they bet good odds.
They bet good odds. And I don't want bonus bets. I don't want nothing. I just want
I think that's the highlight of this, is that there's a lot of T's and C's attached to these.
There's a lot of trick shots.
Bonus offers. What do you say, Gord?
Oh, just everywhere does it, don't they? They act like they're
giving
you free stuff, and there's so many bloody hoops you got to jump through to get it that it's just a general thing. You know, I don't think they should be allowed to advertise like that. I'm against the advertising where, you know, these days it's like deposit $600 and get $2,400 to bet with, excluding New South Wales, Victoria, bloody everywhere. So pretty much the only place you can do it is in Queensland. Well, they shouldn't be allowed to advertise on an international website when the only time you can do it is if you live in Queensland. I think it's a disgrace. By the way, trick is get a few mates up in Queensland and take advantage of it. But
so you need to find some mates. Where
I haven't got any. What have you haven't got any mates?
Well, I don't have any.
You don't have many mates either, do you? Oh, you got your Erskine mates.
Yeah.
By the way,
you're in the swingers crowd around here, Lamborn.
You know, 5 years ago, when they were allowing these bonuses for New South Wales, it was a great starting position for anybody involved in gambling.
Yeah,
because you could start off with $10,000 and get $10,000 worth of free money. What a great way to start your professional business, getting 100% of value up front.
Mm.
It's a great angle, but you know, T's and C's these days have ruined it.
What does T's and C's mean?
Terms and conditions.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm thinking Tim Clark.
You're just always
Top
thinking
Cat.
Tim Clark.
I love Tim Clark. He's such a little prick. There's just something I like about him, you know? He's narky, he's a good rider.
Yeah, very good rider.
He's got a bit of cheek about him.
He
too,
seems a nice fellow. Drives a Mini, so he's a little tight ass,
yeah.
which I don't like about him. He's
What about Brendan
likeable.
Dallas swaggering around these days?
he's got a bit of swagger going, bro. He's successful.
Yeah.
And with success breeds a bit of swagger.
I
That's
don't
all
know.
right.
I think it's starting to err on the Jimmy Cassidy sort of side.
No, it's not. No, it's
Big
not.
load of gun. Brian Gerhard, he writes, Let's Go Horse Racing has an interesting article entitled Parasite Corporates Closing Accounts of Winning Punters. Bet365 and CrownBet apparently featured. I haven't looked at that. Thanks for that, Brian, but Let's Go
I had
Horse
a look
Racing.
at it. I had a look at it, yeah. It's worth going to. I didn't realise Let's Go Horse Racing was even a site, so I was interested to look at it. I read it, I found it all pretty good.
It's great that the only places that are actually bringing publicity to this situation are the ones that nobody's ever heard of.
The minnows.
The minnows,
Like
like a little underground.
Yeah, and then if they do get big affiliates, big corporates, we'll all...
They sell their soul.
You're saying Gunn's a bit up himself because he drives a silver Merc.
Well, the car is ridiculous.
No, he's a young bloke.
It's body
It's not
language,
silver.
mate.
What is it? It's aluminium foil.
Yeah, but look, he's a young bloke with plenty of money. He's trying to just have a bit of a laugh.
Okay, but it's not just the car. Look at the body language.
Nah, I think
He's
you're
got
right.
a big man walk. If you're a jockey, you're not allowed to have a big man walk.
He's got a big man kick.
Yeah, okay.
So when you've got plenty of money, you're allowed to do what you like.
Hi guys, my rant again. Wednesday the 26th, last Wednesday, Sandown race 6, Strathalbyn race 6, both race at the same time and Strath running 3 minutes late. Next race is Canterbury, race 5, 10 minutes away. Racing stewards should be aware of such things and Strath should hold as they were running late. Punters effed again. Who cares? Not stewards, not clubs, and certainly not Sky, as they have no idea with their split screen shit showing empty dog tracks while horses are loading.
Let me give you an example of. Let me give you a great example of Sky. You say, I'm at home, just sick, betting in the run, diseased, completely diseased, and someone's 3 deep, and it's second favourite at 11-4, right? And it's 3 deep, and all of a sudden you can lay 380 at the 600 metre. It jumped at 380. It's working at 380. Bang, you can win it to win $200 with Glenpole, like $272. Bang, you can back it again. Bang, you can back it again. Sits 3 deep, sits 3 deep, gets to the lead, works. Something flashes,
Misses.
and dead set misses. But oh no, not the caller. He said it got there. So when it goes back to Sky, they're going, we can't believe that's one of the 50s.
Yeah.
You know, like they're going on about, it's just outrageous that one. Had no form, and I'm there going, I've just done 600. And these fuckers, I know who won the photo. I know who won. Anyway, and the number's not up yet. The next race, they go to the next race. Sure enough, boom, out of my account goes 600. I was the only one who got the photo right, not the caller. Yeah. And these people discussing about how the roughie won, how outrageous. And I'm just wanting to chuck things. And then, so I watched it right up to the very next race that jumped to that. Never did anyone mention that the $3.70 chance had hung on and won the race. Nice, yeah. Anywhere. Never spoke about it. The divvies never went up. Never spoke about it.
They tend to.
Divvies never went up.
No, they never went up.
They tend to ignore their mistakes rather than pay attention to them.
But it's just like, you think they go, oh, punter's just getting back to you. The second favourite has won. Apologies to the caller. They were all talking about after the race. Oh, look at that horse. It had no football. What about that one? I can't believe that one. Well, fucking on the TV going, the photo's not up and I know who's won.
Did you know, were you making an impartial decision on the photo finish?
No, it was, to me, because it was one of those ones where the outside was going to get it and it went ing and then ding, ding. And I knew it was a ding, ding. And I knew it was going to go against me.
I hate ding, ding.
Oh, ding, ding. So I just knew. And I knew. And they spoke about it and then they talked about the form of the winner, the so-called winner. And they never ever got back to it. Like, you could be anywhere going, oh, the outside got there.
What about the bloke listening on the radio in the car and they've carried on with that and then he's thrown his ticket out the window?
But do people have tickets anymore?
No.
That's the problem.
Everything's digital.
Everything's an account.
There's a lot of people in tabs at those machines.
Yeah, I suppose they're going to wait for the number to go up. They're not that stupid. But you think they just talk
I
about...
know, I've seen people burrowing through the bins.
Well, EVs in tabs, not outlawed.
So then you get the shits with 526, so you go to 528, Thing Central, and there she is, that little blonde darling little thing. I'm going for the roughie here. It's fucking $6
What's her
second
name?
favourite.
China?
China Masters. I'm going for the roughie. It's like fucking go from unwatchable to completely unwatchable to fucking, now you try you put it on mute and then you miss the call. And,
Oh, there was one yesterday where she's tipped a favourite on top, but I do want to mention a roughie with a really good chance here.
second pick.
Second favourite.
China, the $6
was
chances
$5.
are roughies. And how anyone in the sky can't start training some of these younger... I know everybody needs to have a job, and look, she's a darling to look at, and I had her on mute, and I had about 8 drinks.
I'll forgive her voice if anything sensible came out.
But
You
train
know
them
what I mean?
up
If it
a
was
bit. Why
knowledgeable.
doesn't Cleese
Well,
grab her?
Put them through a form analysis course or something like that.
Fucking Ruffy. Ruffy's like 40s and over, isn't it, Ruffy?
Ruffy has got to be at least 20s.
Hold on a sec. I think we, in a race in
Shazzy
Melbourne...
Lee's a roughie.
In a race in Melbourne, we tipped a even money
Hello,
shot
love.
from a 2-to-1 shot. From
We didn't. Jack did that. Yeah, Shazzy Lee's the Ruffy.
Yeah.
And the Ruffy got up Shazzy Lee. That's a Ruffy. Because, I don't know, why they fucking got to torture us? I mean, they're on this sky, they're all laughing at us now because they're all earning $8 million a year and torturing people like us.
They're all fucking peanuts, man.
I
Everyone's on 8
don't
million, I'm telling
think.
you.
No, there's only one gig in town, so they're all clinging on to low pay packets, I'm tipping.
Yeah.
I hope Glenn or yourself can answer this question. It was the mid to late 80s, a midweek meeting at Canterbury. There was a horse that ran in 2 races on the day. What was the name of the horse? I know the trainer. It was Jack Denham, I reckon.
I remember the day, I remember it happening, but I can't remember the horse.
Yeah, so if any of our good viewers know this, and someone will, I'm pretty sure it was Jack Denham, the trainer, and I can't remember the horse's name. I remember there was a lot of like the stewards were inspecting and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, this is before Ray Murray came along and said, basically, you can't even run on the next day.
He got some gall, Ray Murray, in here. They don't mind, yes, the stewards don't mind not adhering to the rules. Like this protest things with these whip strikes, it's a damn rule that they're not implying. They're not going to use, which I'm glad they're not going to use, but then it shouldn't be a rule. You can't be a goodie and a baddie in life. You've got to pick a team.
Yeah, well,
Jack Sparrow told me that.
so...
It's a great saying. You can't be both.
Who did you say taught you that?
Jack Sparrow?
Jack Sparrow?
No, not Captain Jack Sparrow.
I'm thinking of bloody Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, Jack Sparrow.
I'm like, he's getting his fucking...
Just shows you.
He's getting his philosophy
Just
from a
show
fucking
you.
cartoon.
No, you know Adam Sparrow?
No.
He does.
It's his father's Jack Sparrow. A great racing man. He's in his 90s now. Went to his 90th birthday party. Okay. A champion bloke. But he used to always grab me and say, son, you can only be a goodie or a baddie. You can't be both. Because he, hates all the coppers, and coppers are always goodies and baddies.
So he was implying that he was a baddie or a goodie?
He doesn't imply anything.
He just
But
said,
he says you've got to pick a team.
Okay.
It's advice.
Yes.
It's great advice.
But if he follows his own advice, he's picked a side.
Yeah, and I'm not judging him.
Yeah. I'm not judging him either. I'm just saying which side was he on.
But you're inquiring. Last thing, and people who are on goodies and baddies teams hate inquirers. They're annoying. Got to get you like into racetrack mode, Gord. You're still on the fucking lounge.
Glenn, we were at Randwick on Anzac Day, and Glenn Harvey tweeted, Gunn says, John brings them to the races as John Thompson with a 0 next to their name. I slip the hooks into them, meaning the Spurs. Job done. # hello Van Gestel. That was Imperator Augustus that led all the way on Tuesday.
And did Gunn tweet that, did he?
He must have said something like that in the post-race interview.
Okay, wow. Because it did have no form, that horse, and ridden perfectly by Gunn. He was...
Well, it did have some form. It had a 1 start at the course and distance where it led all the way to win. And Gunn promptly sealed it to the lead with no chasers, because you've got Vanaloquio and Lay Down the Law, which, are overachieving at the moment, but, they're not chasers.
They're Wednesday horses at best, like they're Tuesday horses.
Well, it was
Lay Down the Law is a 10-year-old.
It was a Tuesday meeting at Anzac Day.
Okay. God bless you,
Anyway,
little Vanaloquio.
the point being, the Spurs.
The 2 stabs in the back with the spears.
We're all counting whip strokes, but they're actually not telling us about the Spurs and what they're doing or not doing. Team TQ says, hi Mark, Glenn and Gordo. Ironbark goes well with the Melbourne Manning Yard Mail, doesn't he? 30-1 winner in the last. Some other good winners and lays. Only thing noticed when he didn't see a horse parade, number 2 in race 8, and it was in the market, 5-1, he tipped around it, and of course it won. At least he was honest enough to say that he didn't see it, I suppose. Laid in the yard and straight out again. Does that happen very often? So Dicko on Saturday, Caulfield Manning Yard Mail, he said didn't see number 2.
Oh.
Because it didn't parade.
No, that doesn't happen in Sydney. Yeah.
It was just basically joined in when they were going out.
Oh, so it just, well, yeah, that doesn't really happen in Sydney, and if it does, I'll make sure I race around somewhere to make sure I get my eyes on it.
Yeah, I've seen Glenn dash to the fence. Yeah.
I'd dash around the front, or I'd work out some way to make sure I see it.
By the way, I do have to say, the Dicko, the horses he finds at long odds run really above their SP.
He's had some good, he's shown some good form with his roughies.
Like being unlucky, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they run so much above their SP.
Yeah. TQ goes on to say, anyway, what do you guys think of the Gratz Velo trained Want to Get a What? Well, I see Gratz Velo and I don't think much ever. I'm saw him
interviewed on Saturday on the show. He seems a nice enough country bloke.
He just specialises in those Canberra Queanbeyan horses that,
yeah,
you know, they haven't got any scope.
Yeah,
he does a good job with not much.
Yeah, he's the full brother to basically, who was the grey horse that broke down at Warwick Farm the other day and was trained by that type of bloke?
Oh yeah, the Neville Late trained.
He's Neville Late.
Yeah.
Grant's fella's Neville Late twin.
By the way, there was money for the horse. I think when you're doing form and you only see 1,000 metre form in an 1,100 metre race, it's a bit of a question mark for me, but got the job done.
I backed it when I went to Canberra a few weeks ago when it won very well, led all the way as it did on Saturday. Glenn didn't have it in his numbers, but that was because it was parading poorly or what? What are you saying?
It wasn't parading well. Played up going out of the barriers when the Clark picked it up. I didn't like its form, and I did my balls in the race.
Same here.
Dave Potter writes, funny story, not funny haha though. I had 2 multis yesterday, Go Daddy Go and Fine Mist, who were the first legs, doubles not trebles. Both $26 winners into Violate in Brisbane. Violate was $9. I was confident as I thought Violate was the bet of the day. It was beaten the nose. Stewards outed the rider of the winner for using the whip 27 times before the 100 metres. They only allowed 5.
I know, it was
wow.
it was a lot. It was and it was a slugathon too, because it was.
While my jockey just sat there abiding the rules. The stewards knew before correct weight, but did not tell jockey or connections the runner-up about the winner's excessive whip use. The question why comes to mind. Obviously, any protest would have been upheld. Well, they don't want protests, and no, they wouldn't have upheld it. They would have said the rider hit it 22 times more than allowed, but it didn't make any difference.
So it's a stupid rule.
But haven't they've upheld one up there, haven't they?
12 months ago, it was a dead heat.
Yeah.
And
we spoke about it a million times.
So so they have upheld one.
Dead heat.
Some sort of precedent has been set.
No, because a dead heat you're dealing with.
It's a nose. It's practically a fucking dead heat.
Dead heat's nothing.
27 fucking times.
It just shows you, just like.
Now the trainer of Violate is going to take legal action to have the placings reversed. I've been punting for 50 years. This is a new way to lose. Who would have thought that I didn't already know all the ways a punters could lose after half a century of punting? P.S. I did back the 2 winners, 1 out, so I did have a good day, except for the fact that over 4,600 went south. A lot of money for a $10 punter.
And they're both $10 doubles equals 4,600. I had a look at this email the other day, and $4,600 to a $10 punter is a lot of bets.
But what? Jesus, he's done well, hasn't he?
He's done super.
Oh, he's super. It's super punting. But there's a lot of super smart blokes out there that betting $10. The key to being a really good punter is to come out and betting 600s and 1200s and then 4000s and see how good you are then.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to be a really good judge for $10 because it's $10 fucking dollars. Don't you get it?
Well, isn't like their $10 is the equivalent of your $1,000?
No, what I'm saying is there's a stack of really good judges out there who have become good judges because the money.
Oh, you're saying their thought process has changed because they're doing it for a living rather than casually.
See how your thought process goes when you bet in 100 times that amount.
I don't know whether mine really tell me.
Oh God, I'm telling you, like it's like fucking great surfers of the world which 3 foot and they can do a triple cup with a backflip and do that, and you take them out to pipeline, they don't take off.
Oh, that's just a different sport. That's not the same.
It's exactly the same. It's a mind game. Taking off on a big wave, being brave.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, that sort of makes sense
All right.
to me. I think sort of...
I'll go play a par 3 course this afternoon. Tiger will shoot 54, I'll shoot 68. He'll beat me by 14. We'll go out to New South Wales, he'll shoot 59, I'll shoot 112.
Tiger?
Yeah.
At the moment.
With one club.
On a
Fucking
technicality there,
What I'm
Gord.
saying is things are different when they're involved bigger.
So what I often argue,
But it's great.
what I often argue
There's a
is,
stack of great judges out there. Like for him to find those 2 horses, Fine Mist and Go Daddy Go, it's great. And then put $10 doubles into that and that. And thought
For me, the only difference is being able to get set at that price.
it's not
when
the
you're
only
betting
difference.
bigger.
It's not the only difference.
just to segue from what Glenn was saying about the fact that on the par 3 course he's looking relatively good next to Tiger. The form from Hawkesbury will, the margins are quite narrow. What you can take away from the form from Hawkesbury is that it's made second raters look better than they are.
And I agree with that.
Ben said that he thought Shane Dye was the first to introduce the toe and riding high.
Enjoys the show there, Ben. Well, I thought it was bossy, but if it's Dye, it's bossy. It's the same human being.
Keep up the great show, loving the guests with their insights into racing now and then. Ben, here's an email from Mick the Anguished.
Great name. We should put that as a horse's name as well.
Mick the Anguished, g'day gents. Like to hear your collective thoughts and wisdom regarding punters keeping their head when facing unusually large dividends in quaddies and other multi-exotica. Should you just ignore the fact that you're potentially copping a rare windfall on certain runners and stick to your normal rating staking plan, or actively try and hedge out your position? I had the first 3 legs of Hawkesbury Quaddie on Saturday, and with the blowout in Shazzy Lee Guineas and the other winners being at juicy odds, was facing some pretty hefty divvies on the 4 horses I had alive going into the last. Of course, I missed out with So Willie not being one of my final leg quaddie picks, and in the end only got something modest out of the winner via hedging Exotica with my live runners to run 2nd and 3rd. Dumb. What annoyed me most out of the whole disaster was if I hadn't taken the quad in the first place and stuck to staking against my ratings, would have had far more on Fabrizio, been on Shazzy Lee each way, which I only backed for the place, and would not have wasted more capital backing a lot of donkeys, which I didn't really rate in the last, to try and cover my position. Following a Sunday spent walling GP style, I thought I'd seek your wise counsel on managing this situation better. This big payout quaddie scenario only occurs once in a blue moon for me, so don't want to fuck it up again next time. Cheers, Mick.
Righto, Mick. Well, I don't like the idea of saving through exactas or whatever that fucking was. And I think if you've got 4 picks going into the last for big amounts of money, I think there's 2 things you do. First thing you do is you go down with the ship. But if you're in a tight financial position and the money means a real lot to you, which can be, then I think you've got to hedge and I think you've got to back other runners, or maybe lay your 4 on Betfair to lay them all to lose a couple of thousand.
Liquidity can be a problem there. You know what I mean? If you're in for $100,000 payouts on horses, you need a big amount in your
25,000 in Betfair to start off on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
That's not going to be.
Well, that's a good point, Gord. You probably, if you're that player, you're not going to have that amount in your Betfair account.
Okay, well then, but you can back the other runners to win $5,000 on the ticket.
Yeah.
And spend 2,000 to win 3,000.
Yeah.
But I still think you got to stick to the 4 you want, your main 4, and it depends on your position.
It's a bit of a negative play, the hedging, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're
a negative vibe about it.
So what are you saying? Go down with the ship.
Yeah.
Because also the hedging bets are probably bad bets.
Yeah.
But it depends on.
They're wasteful bets.
They are wasteful bets. I've had how many billions of dollars of wasteful bets would I have had in my life? $1 billion worth.
I'm saying it all depends on your situation. Like a lot of my mates, if they were running into a situation to collect 50,000 and they're only $10, $20, $50 punters, they've done really good work. They need to get something out of it. You know what I mean? So I'd suggest hedging. Mark and I personally, we'd just go down with the ship. But, yeah.
Yeah, God likes the kahunas route. On his. Aaron Peake wrote on our YouTube page, why no Logie Award? Robbed! Exclamation mark. I don't know whether Aaron was talking about Glenn for the most popular personality.
Yep.
Or the show.
The next email doesn't sound like that. But no, obviously the show. But thanks, Aaron. Is Aaron Peake, is that a girl or a boy? Who knows?
Doesn't matter. Barossa Boy on the same show said, "Gosh, Glenn's comments about Darren Flindella becoming tired and boring. He's coming across as an unintelligent, sycophant, and whinger." I don't know about sycophant.
I don't even know what sycophant means.
Well, he's basically saying you're sucking up to Mark Sheen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Just because
I'd stick with unintelligent and,
and a
whinger. Yeah, but I'm not a soak.
Just because he's fallen way short of his actual abilities.
I couldn't agree with you more there.
I find
that's a compliment.
No, that's the truth. I have fallen way short of my ability in life.
He's giving you a compliment, but what he's saying, you've got a lot of ability. You're a
you've got a lot of talent. You just haven't realised it.
I don't know how to collect.
Can he say anything original and thought-provoking? He's really struggling here. Give the Mark Sheen a rest. My good almighty. Well,
Barossa, my good almighty? You mean my God almighty?
Yes, I do.
Look, thanks, Barossa Boy. And look, most of that, I look, definitely not a suck. Definitely do give Darren a bit of it. And maybe if it's become tired and boring for you, I'll drop off. Maybe Darren was an old boyfriend of yours, I don't know. But anyway, as far as my God almighty. Yeah, thanks for the commentary. It's great. My God Almighty. I don't think my God Almighty is going to help anybody anyway. So.
The mail from Hong Kong was that the Harbour Bridge race team approached Hong Kong before Sydney with that idea and basically got laughed at.
Oh wow!
That's quite possible, isn't it? I mean, you know, you got a joint up there that just knows what they're doing and isn't looking for gimmicks.
I tell you how stupid and dumb I am. I was on punters.com the other day, which I really like. It's a great site, and I like the talkback. And they were talking about horses' names that got through. And of course,
Richard Cranium,
Pistol Knight. You know, like there's some great. There've been some great names. And then one bloke wrote, "What about Farlap's two brothers, Far King and Far Cough?" And I was going, "Wow, Far King, what a great name!" And Far Cough. I didn't realise he's cracking a joke, and I'm trying to look up where these two horses. So I said to them, "Can you read this? What about? I never ever heard of Far King and Far Cough."
Yeah.
And they went, "They're just joking." But I thought they were actually race horses. Like, honestly.
So that's ones that I bet you somebody's tried to put it through.
What a great name.
Yeah.
I got a full thing here to Far Lap, Far King. How great would a name would that be?
Awesome.
Awesome. Because there's so many horses with King in their name. And
plenty.
But I believed it. So I am, like, whatever that Barossa Boy said, like, honestly, how did I fall for that? I don't know. Unintelligent there, and quite right.
Peter Payne tweeted, "There's the name, our only hope for the Rant horse." Very kind of you, Peter. He's basically saying the Rant is
our only hope.
Our only hope. The Prophets on Twitter basically replying to how many accounts we suggested you may need. The Prophets say, would be suggesting every punter needs an account with every bookmaker. 2 to 3 of them offer a reload bonus every 6 weeks to inactive accounts. Do you know anything about that, Gord? A reload bonus?
Yeah, I just any bonus that a bowler has, they get to keep with me. So I don't.
Right, but it does exist. They reload. They have reload bonuses for inactive accounts.
I think somebody was telling me at the races the other day that they had a bowler in, I think it was their mother-in-law's name, and they got offered the $200 free bet because it had been inactive for a while. So,
right, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
Okay, well that's an interesting angle. Profits, thank you. Surfing punter on back on last Tuesday at Anzac Day. Yeah, bravo. #idiot.
Who wrote it, Tommy?
Yeah, Chris has found his new bunny. Was a bit of a joke race, wasn't it? Mick Moz tweeted, "When all is said and done, you guys will have to explain the whole story. This is the court case. Good luck, team."
Well, thanks, Mick.
Wagering Fiend said, "One from a Just Ideal Pearl there at Morfordville on Saturday. Fine missed. 17 for 5 and 6 over 1,000 equals specialist." And the other pick must have had all her form over 1,100 and 1,200.
Bloody fine miss. I backed his first run race at Kembla. T. Clark rode it, ran 4th. I still this day I bag him about it. Gee, you give that a run, Clarky. Like it dead set. I should have shit in that day. Gee, I need to.
Who's got it now to be? Because it was a bit gone here.
The same bloke's got it.
Because Paul Murray. Well, no, Paul Murray.
Paul Murray was down as the trainer at Morfordville, but I don't.
What?
I know. I can't work it out either.
Isn't he out? No.
Isn't he out?
Cobalt?
Don't know. Can you still train in Adelaide if you're out in New South Wales?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Wild West.
I don't know. Glenn Harvey, by God, A. Atkins looked good on Daisy Doom again. Connections obviously don't want to win. #keep on headbanging.
Oh, well, you just wouldn't give a horse to Ron Quinton, would you?
Well, it's one of those situations where you know he's...
What about Ronnie doing John O'Shea's job?
Perfect.
They've got a few stains.
You can imagine the jockeys.
Not enough of a virgin.
That's right. All the apprentices get the run. But I mean, Ronnie is from that Theo Green school where it's just like, well, you know, I'm running my joint to tutor jockeys, so you know they need horses to ride. I'm going to do it.
It's a lot of, yeah. Surfing part. Tell Glenn to give it to Ollie. That was horrendous. What was that about?
Last week, I obviously got the wrong horse about Ollie. Was it on Sydney Cup Day or was it on?
Don't know.
No, it must have been the week before. Serving punter after Shazzy Lee won on Saturday said my original reference was for Shazzy Lee, which was in the provincial championships, so it was on Queen Elizabeth Day.
Yep.
Not what you mentioned in the rant. So serving punter, you saw something that we didn't, and we failed to follow up, and there she is. She won on Saturday.
Anyway, good week ahead of us, guys. Now we've got Wagga on Thursday, Friday. I got a mate got killed here last week, which is so sad, but some people get killed, so I've got a church service on Friday. Got to brush Wagga now, and I'll be only at Gosford, but I'll be here to do the preview with you boys on Friday now, whereas I was going to miss Rose Hill. So, good mate of mine got killed doing a job, so I told you that working's no good for you.
Yeah, the week before someone went to work and died at, where was it? Not Mungandai, wherever they were.
Are we ready for the quiz?
We're ready for
I'm
the quiz.
excited
fucking
because
I
I
hate
really
the
like these
quiz.
questions. Oh, they're good
Oh,
questions.
what am I again? I'm no.
poser.
I was
Stay on
poser.
camera, but I'm getting
No,
it.
now I'm something different. I'm psychophant.
Sycophant.
Sycophant.
Okay, can I get the whole thing in?
That's tongue up bum. Yeah?
Really, a sycophant? Wow. Honestly, I just tell every person I meet, even my bestest friends, to fuck off. So I don't know if you call me that, Barossa, but I'm going to go as unintelligent sycophant.
Oh my God, you're getting an advantage here. Yours is a lot shorter.
No,
isn't it?
I'm going to be obsequious Perla.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
don't
Oh
even
my
know
God,
what
this is going to be a
means.
long quiz. Okay, here we go. Who am I? A chestnut colt.
Ownership, ginger nuts.
Ginger nuts. Yes. I am the Derby
Go on,
winner.
let's go.
Or the, not the Derby
I'll just say sycophant. Go. Who am I?
A chestnut colt. I was foaled in 1981 in New Zealand and started only 14 times for 9
Sycophant.
weeks.
Rory's Jester.
No.
Obsequious Perla, our Waverley Star.
Red Anchor.
Damn.
By the way, I had about another 20 tips there, but you like to go early. Yeah.
We went early.
Okay, name the tracks that these trainers train at. Okay, here we go. Wayne Slinkard.
Obsequious Perla,
Obsequious.
Hawkesbury.
Yes. Connie Gregg.
Obsequious Perla, Dubbo.
Yes. Cody Morgan.
It's me. Tamworth.
Obsequious.
It's just Tamworth.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got one.
Luke Pepper.
Obsequious Perla, Canberra.
Jenny Hoy.
Secret for me. Goulburn.
Queanbeyan.
Oh, fuck. Still 3-1.
That was getting so confusing. There,
I know, I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
I'm just going back to Glenn. Okay? I can't take all these words.
Okay, name the only track in New South Wales that runs counterclockwise. I've never heard of it.
Obsequious Perla, Broken Hill.
No.
Glenn.
You'll never have heard of it. Oh, you guys might.
Okay, no, I'll pass
It's got to be, it's
Tumbarumba.
really Tumbarumba. I used to live with a girl from Tumbarumba.
You
Really?
did?
Good sort?
Really? What, before the first marriage?
Yeah.
A Tumbarumba chick. You used to Tumbarumba and Tumbarumba.
They tumbled round.
Hey, have we got any more contact with her?
No. Tumbarumba is, you know,
It's a-
Tumbarumba is.
yeah.
It's a southern districts, like back in from Wagga and.
I'm
Between
surprised
Wagga
there's a
and
racetrack there.
Yeah, they're definitely racing. Okay, keep
All right,
going.
okay, go.
How long is the straight at Lightning Ridge Racecourse?
Glenn, 310 metres.
This is a trick question. That's a hint. You can have another go.
What, there's no straight?
So,
Yeah.
have another guess. Go on.
Honestly,
It's not a
team,
race
this
track.
really just
Yeah.
tortures me.
Yeah.
You know how fit this bloke is, would you? Fucking hell. We're so
Jesus.
lazy. He's
That's you
fit.
with your top off, isn't it?
No, it's not.
He's got a posing running style, but I reckon it's all show no go.
Yeah, I wish I had his body.
You're not signing him for
No, I'm not
the
signing him, no.
Miranda Magpies.
Let's go to the next one.
How long is the straight at Lightning Ridge Racecourse?
We don't know.
It's the whole track because it's only a straight track, so it's 1,200 metres.
Right, but we needed to know it was a 1,200 metre course.
If I had $37 on a winner at odds of 11 to 8, how much would I collect?
Perla, $50. Are you $87?
And
Yeah, you got to get it exactly right.
cents.
What did you have? $37.
37 at 11 to 8.
11 to 8.
Well, it's 55 to 40. That's $3 off that. So it's...
Good question, T. Good question. I'm loving
91.
it.
What did I say?
It's $87.85.
Right, okay.
Thanks, team. Yeah, thanks. That's great.
Who won the 2000?
It can't be that anyway.
Who won the 2004 Sydney Cup?
Glancer. Yeah, Kim Worsnells.
No, champion mare.
Perla. Maccabi Diva.
Yep. Which metro or provincial track has the shortest circumference? Come on, guys.
Perla.
Glenstow got there. Canterbury.
We'll have to do the slow-mo replay
Canterbury?
there, but you're both going to say Canterbury, so yeah, that's right.
Did you say
Name the Sydney Metropolitan Greyhound track that closed in the late 1990s. I don't know, do you get it?
Sequest Perla. Harold Park.
No.
I was going to say Harold Park.
People normally say there's lots of caravan parks in this suburb. You know, the expression would be
It's called
as classy,
big hints
as
now.
classy as a starts with
dogs?
P.
No, Penrith.
Penrith, yeah.
Oh.
Which country racetrack is closest to Sydney CBD? Oh, good question.
Perla. Nara.
Oh, second, but very close. What's the other one?
Bathurst.
Cessnock. Cessnock 158, now 161. Okay, and here we go. The final
I
question.
lose every week.
And this is a champion.
Because I'm an unintelligent, up
Yeah.
myself bloke.
Yeah.
This is a really good question. Who am I? I'm a former champion jockey born in Rockhampton in 1952. I rode in Brisbane before relocating to Sydney.
Glenster.
Yep,
Mick Detman.
done. And we had about another 10 hints there
Well
as well.
Mick Detman. I knew that one because I played golf with Mick a few
1952, so
times.
he's 65.
I knew how old he was. I knew when he was born. I played golf with him. Hardest bloke I ever met. Hard and
golfer?
tough. Average golfer, but competitor.
Yeah.
You got no idea.
What were the bets per hole? What
20 bucks each time.
Oh.
And he would spend 4.5 hours over a 2-foot putt.
Oh God, that would have been painful.
Just a really focused man. But a nice fella. All right, well, that's been the rant this week. It's been another episode, so there it is. We'll have the preview for Rosehill on Friday. We'll have the rant back next Monday, and then the following Friday, I won't be here because I'll be in Scone and I'll be sending the tips to the boys on Saturday if you want to buy the Scone tips. Is that correct, guys?
You've covered everything there, Glenn.
Righto, and yeah.
Love that
So we've got-
D-Uff up at Scone too, you know.
The D-Uff, what does that mean?
D-Uff.
The
D-Uff, a little bit like
All right, but
good
we've got
for
lots
God.
to get through before then. We've got
Different formula.
Kembla tomorrow. Kembla tomorrow.
Canterbury Wednesday?
No, Warwick Farm Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. I said that.
Warwick Farm Wednesday, Gosford Thursday, and Rosehill and Broadmeadow on Saturday.
Yeah, funny,
and can you tell me this, Glenn? Why do they get such terrible fields at such a beautiful new track as Broadmeadow?
I don't
why aren't
know.
all those, where are the gay horses? Well, they don't exist anymore. 131 horses trialled at Randwick on Friday. Where are they? Why do we have to put up with all this country garbage at Newcastle?
Yeah, some of the races have been really terrible.
Really terrible, and they
No
don't deserve
form.
it because honestly, it's a fantastic track.
Fantastic track and great prize money. $30,000 a race. Well, where is everybody?
What has happened? It's lucky we got all those meetings washed out.
Something to work with. All right, be good this week, boys, and that's the rant. So see you later.
Thank you.
See you guys.